Hello guys, good evening.
क्रिकेट 22 गज का खेल है, पर आपकी दुकान के इस 15 इंच के टीवी ने पूरे मोहल्ले को समेटा है।
Right. So good evening guys. Greetings from Unacademy. I am Group Captain Rajesh Pandey. I'll be talking to you on a very important topic, that is, when you write your psych test, आप उसमें एक self description भी लिखते हो, right? So in this particular thing, when you write your self description, it should be as realistic as possible, right? As close to reality as possible, right? Similar things you also do in your PIQ, right? So what should happen is, your PIQ में आपने जो लिखा हुआ है, you talk about your achievements, you talk about your um, positions of responsibility, etc., etc. There are a lot of things that you do mention there, right? Now these should somewhere match. Now होता क्या है कि हम लोग अक्सर PIQ में तो बहुत कुछ लिख देते हैं, correct? But in the SD, we follow a different template, correct? Yes. Was that Diksha Rajurkar, okay, and Priyo Batra. So all of you, a very good evening and welcome to this particular topic that we are going to talk about today. ठीक है? So आप कौन कौन सी SSB के लिए जा रहे हो? प्रिय बत्रा and Diksha. What all SSBs are you going in for? So before I proceed, let me introduce myself. I'm Group Captain Rajesh Pandey, an Air Force veteran. I'm the first assessor on board Unacademy, an alumnus of the National Defense Academy, and I've put in over 31 years of service in the Air Force. I've conducted over 4,000 selection interviews at various boards, and I've also been a former head training division at Defense Institute of Psychological Research. As you know, this is an institute जहाँ पे आपके SSB के सारे टेस्ट बनते हैं और assessors की जो ट्रेनिंग होती है, basic training of the GTO, the psychologist, the interviewing officer is also conducted here. So while being there as a head of training division, I was privileged to train a large number of senior officers from the services as interviewing officers, and I've also been a member of Indian Academy of Health Psychologists, involved in research on new techniques of personnel selection, and I am your SSB mentor. So that is as far as my introduction is concerned. Now let me just see what are your concerns. So आपके जो concerns हैं, Diksha, Priyobatra, Aditya Raj, good evening, how are you? Right? So you need to just let me know. ये आप बताओ कि आपको किस तरह की डिफिकल्टी कोई आ रही है, right? Yeah, Aditya Raj, I hope I am audible. All right. Okay. Yes, Unni, how are you? All right. So जब आप कोई भी चीज लिखते हो, right, when you write your SD, so SD में, what I have observed people that they tend to follow some kind of a template कि अच्छा ठीक है, पेरेंट्स का ओपिनियन, अच्छा मेरे को फॉरवर्ड कर दो, क्या लिखते हैं, यूट्यूब में काफी प्रचलित है ये, सोशल मीडिया में है, आपके जो पीयर ग्रुप है उसमें टेम्पलेट्स बनी हुई हैं, एंड देन यू शेयर, एंड उसमें थोड़ा सा आप नाम नंबर अपना चेंज कर देते हो, एंड यू राइट द सेम थिंग. नाउ विद दैट व्हाट हैपेंस इज, it may not match with your actual profile, राइट. आप अपनी एक प्रोफाइल PIQ में देते हो, और SD में जो है आप कुछ अलग लिखते हो, बिकॉज इट मस्ट साउंड गुड, राइट. दैट इज व्हाट द जनरल फीलिंग इज कि मेरा SD जो है बहुत सुंदर दिखना चाहिए, राइट. पेरेंट्स का ओपिनियन बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, टीचर्स का ओपिनियन अच्छा होना चाहिए, सेम थिंग विद द फ्रेंड्स एज एंड अदर थिंग्स, राइट. So what is important is, your SD should be having some credibility. Credibility उसमें कब आएगी? When will it become credible, right? Credible मतलब कि acceptable कब होगा, trustworthy कब होगा, जब हम उसको reliable कैसे मानेंगे, उसके ऊपर हम depend कैसे कर सकते हैं, right? उसको valid कैसे मानेंगे. This will happen when your SD is matching with your PIQ, right? So आप PIQ में भी लिखते हो सारी चीजें. No, you write that, no, you are a very obedient person, right? You say very responsible person. You are very intelligent. Your teachers consider you as a very bright student, right? ये चीजें लिख रहे हो, लेकिन PIQ में जो आपके नंबर आ रहे हैं, वो they defy this statement of yours. Okay, you write that teachers consider you a very responsible person, पेरेंट्स भी आपको ऐसा मानते हैं, फ्रेंड्स भी अच्छा मानते हैं, लेकिन कहीं पे भी आपके PIQ में ये बात नजर नहीं आती है कि you have been given certain additional responsibilities. So how does the psychologist who has got a copy of your PIQ, how does he gel the two things? उसके हिसाब से आपका PIQ में एक अलग प्रोफाइल नजर आ रही है और SD में कहीं अलग नजर आ रही है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स from the rest of the dossier, that is the TAT, VAT और SRT से कुछ और ही नजर आ रहा है, right? So my aim of apprising you people is that you should be able to project yourself as close to your real self as possible, right? और जो रियल सेल्फ है वो आप PIQ में काफी कुछ हद तक लिखते हो, राइट. सो PIQ को अगर आप SD से मैच कर सकते हो, आई थिंक योर क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ दैट SD दैट इम्प्रूव्स, राइट. आदित्य राज, समझ में आ गया? सो डू यू एग्री विद दिस? ठीक है. राइट. कुछ पॉइंटर्स हैं, जनरल चीजें जो मैं SSB प्रिपरेशन के बारे में लोगों को बताता हूँ, माय स्टूडेंट्स, दीज आर दैट यू नीड टू हैव अ पॉजिटिव ओरिएंटेशन, राइट. कोई भी अगर आप काम करने जा रहे हो, पॉजिटिविटी आप में अगर है तो आप किसी चीज का जो अप्रोच है वो भी आप पॉजिटिव ही लेके चलोगे, राइट. और कोई चीज आपको अगर पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट चाहिए, ऑब्वियसली यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट a positive result if you have a negative mindset, right? और ओरिएंटेशन ही, आपकी सोच ही जो है नेगेटिव है, तो पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स आना बहुत मुश्किल है, right? So you need to practice this positive orientation, develop a positive orientation, try to be as objective as possible, right? Then you need to be having a mindset जहाँ पे आप solution oriented हो, right? So एक हो सकता है सॉल्यूशन ओरिएंटेड, एक होता है प्रॉब्लम मोड में कोई रहता है, राइट. उसको प्रॉब्लम्स ज्यादा नजर आती हैं लेकिन सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में सोचता नहीं है, सो यू शुड ट्राई एंड फॉर्म अ हैबिट जिसमें आप हर परिस्थिति में, हर सिचुएशन में यू ट्राई एंड लुक फॉर अ सोल्यूशन, राइट? देन आपकी नॉलेज जो है, आपका एक्सपोजर जो है, वो थोड़ा सा बढ़ना चाहिए. You should try and maybe read newspapers, read various articles and things that you are interested in. I'm not saying that you study things जिसमें आपका बिल्कुल भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, लेकिन जिस चीज में आपका इंटरेस्ट है उसको आप पढ़ो, बिकॉज आपके जो नॉलेज है, किसी भी तरह की अगर नॉलेज है, इंटरेस्ट वाली चीज है, तो उसका कहीं ना कहीं आपको फायदा मिलेगा, राइट? आपको टीएटी स्टोरीज में, आप उसको पिक्चर्स में आप स्टोरी बना सकते हो उससे, राइट? जब आपको इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, आप उसका जवाब दे सकते हो अपने एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट के बारे में, राइट? रीडिंग इज अ गुड हैबिट. इट इज सेड दैट गुड लीडर्स आर गुड रीडर्स. ठीक है, तो इन चीजों की आप थोड़ा इनके ऊपर ध्यान दो एंड यू विल डू वेल overall, right? Physical fitness goes without saying that without being physically fit, you cannot expect to do well in your SSB. Then also you need to have a good insight. आपको अपने बारे में, आपके जो strengths हैं, आपकी weak areas हैं, और कैसी परिस्थिति में, जो डिफिकल्ट परिस्थिति होती है, उसमें आप कैसे बिहेव करते हो. तो अगर इस चीज का आपको एहसास है, राइट, so you can perform really good. Motivation again is something which is very important. Now you might be capable, but if you do not have motivation, if you do not have interest in a particular activity, you will not generally excel there, right? और वो दूर से नजर आ जाता है. चलो, okay, so now let us look at कि सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन में होता क्या है. Right? I hope all of you are with me. Yes. So मेरे को लग रहा है खाली only Krishnan is with me. Rest of the people are perhaps not attentive or not interested. Is it? Right. So self description में हम क्या क्या चीजें लिखते हैं? We write about our awareness about what others think of us, what others, significant others, right? When we say significant others, that means आपके parents, right? Parents आपके बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, right? What do your parents think about you? What do your teachers think about you, right? And in case those people who are working, right? So जो काम कर रहे हैं, जिनके पास कोई जॉब है, तो टीचर्स की जगह उनको पूछा जाता है कि आपके जो सुपीरियर है, जिनको आप रिपोर्ट करते हो ऑफिस में, राइट, उनका आपके बारे में क्या विचार है. देन इट इज द ओपिनियन ऑफ फ्रेंड्स. आपके जो जिगरी यार दोस्त हैं, राइट, वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड्स, not any friend but close friends, because close friends के साथ आप काफी घुल मिल करके रहते हो, isn't it? So what do your close friends think about you? What is the opinion of your own self, and what kind of a person you aspire to become? आप किस तरह के इंसान बनना चाहते हो फ्यूचर में, राइट? टाइम इसके लिए आपको 15 से 20 मिनट का मिलता है, एंड I think that is good enough time. आप इसको तैयार करके जा सकते हो पहले, right? So this is one thing you can prepare beforehand. The PIQ is another thing that you can prepare beforehand, right? So आप लोगों ने ये सब तैयार किया हुआ है. आदित्य राज, I hope you have prepared all these things. Okay. Now yesterday I was talking to somebody, and he had mentioned about his parents also, about his father, and then he also mentions about his guardian. Now parents और guardian में एक थोड़ा सा आपको फर्क समझने की जरूरत है, right? What is that difference between parents and guardians? A parent is a person who cares for their child and gives shelter, nourishment, and most importantly लव विदाउट एक्सपेक्टिंग एनीथिंग इन रिटर्न। नो, वो केवल पेरेंट्स ही कर सकते हैं, राइट? वो आपकी सारी जरूरतों को पूरा करते हैं। गार्जियन ऑन द अदर हैंड इज दैट पर्सन, जिनको पेरेंट्स की गैरहाजिरी में, पेरेंट्स की गैरहाजिरी में जब पेरेंट्स आपको लुक आफ्टर करने में समर्थ नहीं है किसी वजह से, नाउ दैट कैन बी फॉर फाइनेंशियल रीजन, इट कैन ऑल्सो बी फॉर सम रीजन वेयर द पेरेंट्स आर नॉट देयर, और आप किसी दूसरे शहर में रह रहे हो और आपका कोई रिश्तेदार जो है उसको लोकल गार्जियन बना दिया गया है, right? So this gentleman I was talking to, he was saying that no, he has his father और वो घर में ही रह रहा है, लेकिन उसका गार्जियन कोई और है, और वो रीजन उसका ये था कि मेरे जो चाचा थे उन्होंने मेरी परवरिश करी है 10वीं तक। लेकिन जब हम आपसे बात करते हैं कि टेल मी अबाउट योर पेरेंट्स और देयर ऑक्यूपेशन एटसेट्रा, then we are talking about a person who is currently looking after you, right? During the interview you can always mention all those things, but don't confuse between parent and guardian, right? So अगर मैं पूछूं आपसे, पेरेंट्स आपसे क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं, या पेरेंट्स का आपके बारे में क्या विचार रहता है, right? So can you all just say one quality that the parents like or parents might like in you, right? Aditya Raj, Priyabhatra, Unni, Bhanu Pratap, एक क्वालिटी जो आपके पेरेंट्स आप में देखते हैं, क्विकली। पेरेंट्स नॉर्मली क्या देखते हैं अपने बच्चों में? रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ओके, यस। सो ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो। Kashyap, you are, how many, siblings are there? Kashyap Sharma. Okay. So Uni says that no, they think that you are happy. Okay, that is also good thing, right? ठीक है। अक्सर क्या होता है कि जो बड़ा बच्चा होता है घर में, द एल्डेस्ट ऑफ द सिबलिंग्स इज यूजुअली more responsible as compared to the other younger ones, right? कश्यप, ऐसी बात सही है कि नहीं है? ठीक है। So responsibility, then being happy, being caring, being helpful, being smart, being being bright, right? जो कि नंबर अच्छे लेता है, चीजों को समझ सकता है, राइट? सो उसका ये पेरेंट्स की ओपिनियन आपके बारे में हो सकती है। नाउ व्हेन यू आर सेइंग दिस, यू आर सेइंग दैट यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, यू आर हैप्पी, सो PIQ में आप अपनी स्ट्रेंथ्स में क्या लिखते हो? I mean, not really strength when you say position of responsibility, right? So you will, ये चीज आपकी हो सकता है, अगर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो तो आप स्कूल में भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगे, राइट? ऐसे नहीं कि आप घर में रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो और स्कूल में आप इररिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, राइट? कश्यप, एम आई राइट? कि अगर आप घर में रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो तो स्कूल में भी आप रिस्पॉन्सिबली बिहेव करते हो। द टीचर्स विल ऑल्सो हैव सम सिमिलर ओपिनियन अबाउट यू, राइट? सो लेट अस से व्हाट इज इट दैट टीचर्स फील अबाउट यू, राइट? सो टीचर्स को भी लगेगा कि यस, ही इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल, एंड अगर वो आपको रिस्पॉन्सिबल मानते हैं तो आपको हो सकता है कोई ऐसा पोजीशन भी दे सकते हैं जहां पे आपको कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी निभानी पड़े। हो सकता है आपको क्लास मॉनिटर बना दिया जाए, आपको हाउस कैप्टन बना दिया जाए, यू माइट बी मेड अ स्कूल कैप्टन और समथिंग लाइक दैट, जहां पे आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उनको नजर आती है। ऑफ कोर्स उसके साथ साथ में दूसरी चीजें भी होती है। अगर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो तो आप थोड़ा सा डिसिप्लिन भी होगे, राइट? आपका ड्रेस वगैरह ये भी ठीक होगी, बिकॉज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी covers a lot of areas, right? Responsible ये नहीं होता है खाली आप किसी एक चीज के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो. एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल जो व्यक्ति होता है उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्प्रेड्स इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शंस, इन डिफरेंट एरियाज, right? So Kashyap Sharma has feels that he is responsible, and he's also a school captain. Now this, when you write that, your teachers and your parents think about you as a responsible person and you are a school captain, yes, then these two things are matching, right? अगर आप लेकिन बोल रहे हो रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, पेरेंट्स भी बोल रहे हैं रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, टीचर्स भी बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको स्कूल में रिस्पॉन्सिबल माना ही नहीं जाता है, आपको इवन कोई क्लास मॉनिटर नहीं बनाता है, राइट? सो दिस इज द थिंग विच आई एम वांटिंग टू एम्फसाइज कि ये चीज का आप ध्यान रखो कि जो आपकी कोर स्ट्रेंथ एरियाज नजर आ रही हैं फ्रॉम योर सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन, राइट, the similar thing must get reflected in your PIQ, right? दोनों में एक मेल होना चाहिए, ठीक है? Now let us say when you are with your friends, क्या होता है, right? When you are with your friends, friends think that you are a very jolly person, you are a very caring person, you are a very helpful person, right? A person who's makes others happy, right? So when Unni Krishnan says that their parents also see you as a happy person, it is your friends also who see you as a happy person. Am I right, Unni? Your friends also are seeing you as a happy person, and you are you are there to help people, right? Helpful and humorous. Yeah, humorous हो सकता है, it can be witty, right? So अगर ऐसा है, that means आप में थोड़ी सी एक liveliness है, right? So you also manifest liveliness. Okay. Now ये सारी जो चीजें हैं, you will find that अगर आप PIQ की और जो SD की दोनों चीजों को अगर आप इसमें मेल खाती हैं, you will also be more I would say more forthcoming in making stories in the TAT, which will also match with something like this. आपके जो कैरेक्टर है वो भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल कैरेक्टर आप दिखाओगे, राइट? क्योंकि वो आपकी अभी वो अगर वहां पे भी आपकी TAT स्टोरी में भी आपका जो कैरेक्टर है वो एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल व्यक्ति है, so then if all the things are getting confirmed, getting that point, okay? Otherwise क्या हो रहा है कि अगर आपने ये चीज सामंजस्य नहीं बनाया है, if you not try to synergize all these things, particularly the SD and the PIQ, then there is a divergence of views, right? आपके बातों का विश्वास नहीं किया जा सकता है. लेकिन अगर ये दो चीज जो कि बहुत ये आप पहले से तैयार करके जा सकते हो और ये आपको अपने बारे में पता है, राइट? डू साइकोलॉजिस्ट मैच और TATs विद SD? ऑफ कोर्स. कार्तिक, जो आपका साइकोलॉजी जब असेसमेंट होता है, सो आपका TAT दैट फॉर्म्स द बेसिक, जो आपका वो फाउंडेशन होती है, राइट? एंड दैट TAT को फिर कंफर्म किया जाता है. TAT से एक आपकी एक रफ पिक्चर निकल के आती है और उसकी फाइन ट्यूनिंग होती है. आपका जो वैट के रिस्पॉन्सेस हैं, आपका SRT का रिस्पॉन्स है, और जो आप SD में लिखते हो, ऑल्सो what you write in your PIQ, right? So all these things combined should represent one particular kind of a person. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि टैट की स्टोरी आपने देखो, बहुत सारे जो प्री कंसीव प्री मेडिटेटेड स्टोरीज लिखते हैं, तो उन्होंने एक स्टोरी में तो कुछ लिख दिया, राइट? जहां पे वो दैट पर्सन इज वेरी ही इज अ वेरी एंग्री पर्सन, ही इज अ वेरी सीरियस पर्सन, राइट? और आपने SD में लिखा है कि मेरे दोस्त मेरे को बहुत जोवियल मानते हैं, आई एम वेरी ह्यूमरस पर्सन, लेकिन आपके जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो थोड़े से सीरियस नजर आ रहे हैं, right? So what does that indicate, right? There is the other things are not matching, right? The psychologist is looking at your wholesome personality. सो दो चीज देखो, बाकी जो टीएटी का है, वैट का है, उसको तो मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोल सकता हूँ कि आप बहुत पहले से प्रिपेयर करके जा सकते हो, बट एसडी और जो पीआईक्यू है उसको आप तो पहले से प्रिपेयर करके जा सकते हो, राइट? सो it is better that you prepare and then you match the two things, right? Okay, now let us see uh, आपका अपना ओपिनियन क्या है, right? What is your own opinion about yourself? Now, do you see yourself as somebody who's competitive, right? As somebody who's capable, as somebody who's strong, as somebody who's intelligent, right? Now, ये चीजें दूसरे लोग भी देखते होंगे. Your parents also see, right? They also think that no, you are a very strong-willed person, right? Strong-willed अगर आदमी कोई है तो उसका in various activities his willpower will get manifested, right? और उससे फिर आपको आपके अचीवमेंट्स भी पॉसिबल होंगे, right? Somebody who's strong-willed, somebody who is hardworking, right? And somebody who takes a little bit of initiative, obviously he will do well, right? और जो इनिशिएटिव लेता है, जो हार्ड वर्किंग होता है, right, who's determined, only he can be ambitious. Ambitious वही लोग हो सकते हैं जिनमें हिम्मत होती है, जो इनिशिएटिव लेते हैं, जो स्ट्रांग होते हैं, और they have good ideas, only they can be ambitious, right? So lot of other things also go along with these, like to make friends and interact with new people. Okay, so that explains कि आप आपका जो social adjustment है वो अच्छा है, कार्तिक, right? So you like to, आप जल्दी adjust हो जाते हो किसी परिस्थिति में. Okay, now what is the kind of person you aspire to become? Now यहाँ पे भी आपका what kind of service you are choosing, what kind of game, sports, or various other activities you have done, how have you fared in your academics, all this performance will dictate कि आपका potential क्या है, आपका interest किस side में है, what kind of, like the kind of games that you play, the kind of movies that you see, all these things they point to a particular preference of yours, राइट? अगर आपने मेरी क्लासेस अटेंड करी होंगी, सो आई टॉक अबाउट द DDY कोर्स, जिसमें मैं एक लाइफ लिस्टिकल्स के बारे में बात करता हूँ, राइट? जिसमें हम बताते हैं कि आपकी प्रेफरेंसेस क्या है. तो जो आपकी प्रेफरेंस होती है, लाइक्स होते हैं आपके, वो इसलिए होते हैं कि वो आप हासिल करना चाहते हो, यू वांट टू बिकम समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? सो यू वांट टू सी, जब आप पिक्चरें देखते हो या शोज देखते हो of a life of a special force, right? Or you want to see the Top Gun, right? The Top Gun 2, right? The second version is in the making, right? How many are aware about that? Air Force वाले कौन कौन है? Right? So the Top Gun second part is in the making. And who is the actor for this? Anybody? So आपकी जो प्रेफरेंसेस हैं, आपके जो जिस तरह की चीजें आप करते हो, they should also point to something that you can become. आपका वजन है 120 kg और आपकी हाइट है, let us say so you are kind of a sumo wrestler, और आप बोल रहे हो मेरे को एक gymnast, competitive gymnast बनना है. No, these two things cannot be possible, right? So you want to become a gymnast, then you cannot be having weight like 120 kgs, right? So जो आप हो सकता है आप पावर लिफ्टर बन सकते हो, but you cannot become a good gymnast. जो आप बनना चाहते हो वो रियलिस्टिक होना चाहिए आपकी कैपेबिलिटीज के हिसाब से. Okay, So just keep those things in mind. I'm sure you will find it better, right? So these are the PIQ में जो चीजें हैं, इसको let us see जिस चीज के ऊपर आपको ज्यादा ध्यान देना है, right? When you say कि your parents, your teachers consider you as a person who is very intelligent, right? तो इंटेलिजेंट हो तो आपका जो परसेंटेज है, यहाँ पे आपकी परसेंटेज भी अच्छी आनी चाहिए, राइट? आपकी 10th में, 12th में, ग्रेजुएशन में, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा, यू शुड हैव अ हायर परसेंटेज, right? If you think that your teachers think you are a very bright student, your parents also think like that, right? Otherwise, it is better to say that you are an average student, right? So accordingly, you write. Okay, यहाँ पे आपका हाइट वेट जो है ये मैच नहीं करता है, राइट? आपकी हाइट है लेट अस से 165 सेंटीमीटर्स और 1.65 मीटर्स एंड आपका वेट है 85 केजीज, right? And आप बोलते हो कि your friends consider you to be very fit, your parents also think like that. Now this is not matching, right? So you are highly overweight. Okay, so ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो आपकी जहां से आप खासतौर से जो टेम्पलेट लेके एसडी लिखते हैं, they might miss out on this, right? एनसीसी ट्रेनिंग आपने करी है, एनसीसी ट्रेनिंग में you have got a good position, you have become an under officer or something like that, or you have represented your RDC, right? RDC आप कैंप अटेंड कर चुके हो, आपको बेस्ट डिसिप्लिन का वो मिलता है, तो तब आप लिख सकते हो कि yes, your teachers consider you as a disciplined person, as a responsible position person, and things like that, right? Extra curricular activities आप किस तरह की करते हो. Then we talk about games and sports, right? Games and sports में आप क्या लिख रहे हो? आपका फिटनेस लेवल यहाँ पे चेक हो रहा है, आपका इनिशिएटिव यहाँ पे चेक हो रहा है, आपका एम्बिशन यहाँ चेक हो रहा है, आपका डिटर्मिनेशन यहाँ पे चेक हो रहा है, राइट? सो ये सारी चीजें यहाँ आपके जो अचीवमेंट्स हैं, this will get reflected somewhere in the opinion of your teachers and in the opinion of your friends. Am I right? Yes, Karthik and Kashyap, Uni. Am I right? Is that right or no? Because अगर आपने यहाँ पे अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है तो obviously your other people who see you in the school, right? They will also confirm this, right? हो सकता है यहाँ पे ये भी बोले वो कि ये पढ़ाई में कम ध्यान देता है और खेल कूद में ज्यादा ध्यान देता है. Now that can be, when you are writing SD, you are also supposed to be writing some kind of a weak area which your parents or teachers or friends want you to improve in. So आपने गेम्स में बहुत अच्छा किया है, एकेडमिक्स में आपका उतना अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस नहीं है. So the obvious thing that you need to write is, okay, the teachers feel that you need to balance your games with your studies, right? And I'm sure the same thing will hold true for your parents, right? So इन चीजों को जब आप मैच करते हो, so you will find that things will तब आपके जो SD है उसके ऊपर विश्वास किया जा सकता है, राइट? और आपकी PIQ और SD दोनों चीजें मैच हो गई तो आपके ये मेरे से मान के चलो आपकी जो स्टोरीज भी आप लिखोगे उसमें भी आपकी they will reflect more of reality than just wishfulness. I mean, you can mark my word. आप इन दोनों चीजों को मार्क करो, दोनों को मैच करो, you will find that what you write in your TAT also and other things, even that will start getting aligned with your PIQ and SD, right? And that would then become something which is acceptable, right? तब साइकोलॉजिस्ट को ये नहीं सोचना पड़ेगा कि ये कहीं पे कुछ लिख रहा है, कहीं कुछ लिख रहा है, सो मैं क्या मान के चलूं इसको, राइट? दैट इज एक बहुत बड़ी दुविधा होती है, राइट? एज फार द इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर इज कंसर्न, वो तो आपसे बात करके पता कर सकता है, लेकिन साइकोलॉजिस्ट डज नॉट cannot put different questions to you. जो आपने एक बार लिख दिया उसी को मानना पड़ता है, right? Okay, then we come to your extracurricular activities, position of responsibilities, offices held. यहाँ पे आपने जो आपने बोला है कि I am responsible, right? So अभी who said, I think Kashyap said कि उसके पेरेंट्स टीचर्स बोलते हैं वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, एंड ही इज ऑल्सो द स्कूल कैप्टन, हेंस राइट, तब ये बात आसानी से हजम हो सकती है. लेकिन हम बोल रहे हैं कि बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, टीचर्स भी बोल रहे हैं, पेरेंट्स भी बोल रहे हैं, और आपको कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी देने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, राइट? यू आर नॉट इवन मेड अ क्लास मॉनिटर, यू आर नॉट इवन मेड कोई आप गेम खेलते हो वहां पे आपको वाइस कैप्टन तक कोई नहीं बनाता है, आपको कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी नहीं जाती है, राइट? सो दैट कैन बी फॉर वेरियस रीजंस, बट देन ऑफ कोर्स यू नीड टू amend your whatever you write in your SD. ठीक है, अभी ये समझ में आ गया. तो लीडरशिप ट्रेट्स काफी चीज नजर आती हैं आपको, आपके जब पोजीशन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लिखते हो आप, these things are reflective, right? Okay, now I want you to keep asking your doubts. ठीक है, Karthik says, should we have an approach that whatever we feel we are like responsible, helpful, etc., we should keep these things in mind while writing TAT. Obviously, Karthik, अगर देखो आप वाकई में आप सोच नहीं रहे हो कि आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, आप जानते हो कि आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, राइट? और वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल आपका जो बिहेवियर है दैट हैज बीन कंफर्म्ड बाय गिविंग यू एन अपॉइंटमेंट, बाय गिविंग यू अ पोजीशन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. समझ रहे हो, राइट? सो व्हेन यू गेटिंग दैट पोजीशन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, सो इट इज ऑटोमेटिकली नोन दैट यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. तो उस चीज के ऊपर आपको विश्वास होना चाहिए, तब ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी स्टोरी में आपके जो कैरेक्टर हैं दे विल बिकम रिस्पॉन्सिबल. अंडरस्टूड कार्तिक? Right? Yes. So these are the success stories. So many people have benefited from this. This is Meghang Upadhyay. He was cleared for Army, for Navy, for Air Force, and you have Rajkumar, who's already got commission. Swati has already got commission in Navy, and I think he should be passing out this time. He should also be passing out this time. Likewise, there's so many success stories, और ये आपका भी स्टोरी हो सकती है. These are other guys who are from the NDA category, right? Kashyap Sharma says academics are good but participation in sports are casual. Okay, no problem. Kashyap, no problem. So long as you are participating, it is good, right? आपकी विलिंगनेस होनी चाहिए टू पार्टिसिपेट, राइट? तो भले ही आपने कोई स्कूल टीम में रिप्रेजेंट नहीं किया हो, दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. लेकिन अगर तुम्हारी एकेडमिक्स अच्छी हैं तो आई एम श्योर यू वुड हैव आल्सो पार्टिसिपेटेड इन सर्टेन कॉम्पिटिशंस लाइक क्विज कॉम्पिटिशन, or maybe debate or essay writing, or various other such events. Can you confirm that? Right. Now, these are the iconic students who have also been successful, right? And one of them is right here amongst you, right? Krishnan Uni, who is by the name of Kalki here, right? So, Krishnan Uni, congratulations for having cleared your SSB for the SSC IT. Yeah. Okay, good. Kashyap. So that is what I was saying, right? So generally क्या होता है कि कई candidates, they have their interest more into extracurricular activities rather than actual games. So games आप अगर खेलते हो, that is okay. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपको games खेलने से परहेज है, right? Particularly the team games. All right. So we also have this. I've just had an interview with um, Praveen Soni from the iconic batch, right? And very soon, I think I will be talking to Kalki or Unni Krishnan, right? And that also interview, I will be showing it to you. Let me just see if I can play this. Mm, Uh, can you see
Hello,
this?
good morning, Praveen Soni, and welcome to this small chat that we're going to have. And first of all, let me congratulate for having made it through in the SSB
Is
for
it
the Med
audible to you all?
branch in the Air Force. And yes, your association with me on an Academy iconic program. So first of all, we're starting with that congratulatory note.
Thank you very much,
Uh,
sir.
I would like you to, tell the viewers what is it that drove you to join Air Force?
Sir, when I was in my college, so I saw there was this one poster in front of our college. I was in Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat, and in front of that there was Kendriya Vidyalaya. In
Okay.
Kendriya Vidyalaya, there was this one poster of Indian Air Force
Mhm.
advertisement, and in
Okay.
that it used to show this one sentence, a cut above. And I always used to look at that and I used to think, okay, I used to like relate to that. I should used to get really inspired by that. And I used to think, okay, if someday, if everything is if pans out correctly, I will also try for this job. But before that, only in the college, I started with working in startups and everything. But after that, when things didn't go as planned, then after that, I talked with my parents and I decided that, okay, I'll try for this Indian Air Force. So,
Sure. Excellent. So, what all attempts have you made for, getting into the Air Force? They may have. Did you attempt any FCAT exam, or it was only through these entries? So, can you just tell us about that?
sir, so I attempted FCAT examinations and I started in 2021 starting. The first FCAT that I gave, I didn't got selected. The preparation I was doing wasn't enough. So I should prepare more and I should uh, use guidance from more experienced people and who are already really, who are like proper mentors of SSB. So after that, I joined an academy and then I joined Iconic course. And after that, on 14th Feb, my second entry was there. In the same cycle, the second entry, the
Same cycle,
meteorology.
second entry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that's good. So how did you get to know about this Unacademy iconic?
Sir, Unacademy is like a really famous platform right now. So I already knew that Unacademy is really popular and everything is if even if I'll go if I'll have to prepare for any exam and I'll go on Unacademy, I'll get very really good guidance from it. But then for SSB, I wasn't very sure because I didn't know how because SSB is more in the physical world.
Yes.
There is so much that
At
we
least
have
that
to
is the
do physically.
perception. That is the perception. That
Yes,
it
sir.
is, yes.
So I I downloaded the app and everything, and I checked that now all the mentors in SSBs were I like looked at them and I was like, okay, so these are like proper mentors because all are ex-servicemen, first of all. So they can perfectly guide me for it. So that's why I opted for an academy then.
Yeah, and I would like to add here, more than being ex-servicemen, we are all ex-assessors, right? Who have
Yes, sir.
actually, assessed candidates earlier in our, tenures at SSB. Right. So yes, I remember your journey in the iconic mentorship, which is excellent program for personalized guidance. That is where I have also been emphasizing that a person may have a lot of knowledge about the procedures, etc. But somewhere, what kind of the responses that he is giving out, are they falling short of expectations, or is he able to uh, project himself properly? Right?
Yes,
You
yes,
have the qualities, but you're not able to project them, or you have certain reasons and you're not able to bring them out uh, at the right time and right place. So
exactly.
that is where this personalized guidance definitely helps. Right. So now let us go through your experience of the SSB. Right. So when you went for this particular entry, this was a methodology entry, right? For
Yes,
which
sir.
there is no separate exam, I believe.
No, sir.
So you're given a call directly for your SSB based on your graduation and post graduation.
Post graduation. Yes, sir.
Post graduation. Okay. So what?
All right,
Okay.
guys.
Hello, friends. Jai Hind to all of you. In the series of spreading awareness about various branches of the Indian Air Force, uh, today I am privileged to invite Air Marshal VPS Rana, Param Vishish Seva Medal, Vishish Seva Medal, and a highly decorated officer. He has been a fighter controller from the administrative branch of the Indian Air Force. Here, I would like to inform you that Air Marshal Rana, in his professional journey of over 37 years, has risen to the highest position that any officer from the ground duties non-technical branch can aspire for. That is Air Officer in Charge Administration for the Indian Air Force. An accomplished fighter controller, he has attained the highest professional category and excelled in all the professional courses that he has attended.
Right. So, guys, what I am trying to show you here is this is an interview with Air Marshal VPS Rana, who's a former Air Officer in Charge Administration, and the aim is basically to make you people aware as to what happens, or rather what can you expect when you join the administrative branch of the Air Force, particularly in the, let us say, a lot of you are also maybe keen on joining the ground duties non-technical stream, right? So in ground duties non-technical, one of the options where you can apply for is as an administrative branch officer. Now, in this, you can either join an air traffic controller, or you can become a fighter controller, right? So, pure administration duties, yeah, you start doing it later. So, there is very little awareness as far as the fighter controlling is concerned. So, I thought it would be a good service to all the aspirants uh, when I, through these veterans, I'm able to bring to you what you can expect in life as an ADAM officer, as a fighter controller, maybe later on as an air traffic controller, right? So in the series of these interviews, I'll be covering these and making you people uh, aware about various opportunities. Now, be it Air Force, be it Army or Navy, I will be covering these things in times to come, right? So this particular interview you're going to see very shortly, right? So it will be live. Presently, I just want to show you a glimpse of this, right? And here also, I want you to see, there is a lot of um, everyone who's wanting to join Air Force has some interest, right? So I asked Air Marshal Rana what was his interest. So just listen to him.
join as an administrative branch officer, you have the opportunity to go into any of these. And nowadays, there are only options are of joining Adam branch as a ATC and FC officer. And at later part, once you have done your bit initially about 8-10 years, then you are depending on the profile that you have been following, then you are also given the pure administrative assignments. Unlike earlier days when we were directly coming into the pure administrative stream as well. But nowadays, mainly because there is a need for the ATC and FC felt more because of a more growth of Air Force in terms of the operations. So initially, administrative branch officers are inducted into these two streams.
Right, Marshal Rana, if I might, ask you a personal question. All of us, when we try to enter some kind of a profession, we take up a career. We have some, some liking, some preferences, etc. So, what is it, if I may ask you, that drove you to join the Air Force and the administrative branch? You can share that with the viewers.
Frankly, this is a very interesting story. I actually had no clue, like most of the people of our time had no idea that Air Force, what is exactly the administration branch would do in the Air Force. My idea of when I actually entered was that probably you do the same what IAS do outside for the civilian population. So probably administration does the same for the Air Force. And frankly, I initially thought that probably you would be the civilians in the Air Force who are actually looking after the administration. And till I entered Air Force, I didn't know that I would be donning the same uniform. And actually, I would be getting into the thick of operations and not merely onto the basic administrative issues. And then I went on to become fighter controlling, which again was not known at all, like it is not known even today, because that is one subject which is generally not really understood and people are not exposed to. But I think by mistake, I did join, and this mistake has been really, really a privileged one. I'm so happy that I joined this branch, and I'm even happier that I joined fighter controlling out of the three. Not that there are no, because I have done almost half of the administrative tasks and also the jobs related to operations and fighter controlling. But this is a very, very good stream to get in because of the operational exposure and your participation in the entire spectrum of the operations. So I think it was a mistake very well made. And I actually thank my destiny that I landed up where I did. And that's how I came in.
There was a movie, I think, with Dharmender, and I don't recall the heroine, where he said, "Ye haseen galti main baar baar karna chahunga."
True.
Something like that. So yes. So if we can just amplify a little bit more on the pre-commissioning training. When you join as these days we have the FCAT examination.
Right. So, guys, this is just a glimpse of what I'm going to, come out with very shortly. So, this will be with you all very shortly, right? This interview with Marshal Rana and other successful candidates of Unacademy or the SSB experiences, etc. Right? So I hope it has been informative as far as the class is concerned, and wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.